it's one of those amazing things. I had no idea that show was going to be the hit that it was. I mean, it was already a massive hit before I showed up, but I had no idea that people would respond to my role the way that people have, and it's been so heartwarming. You know, I came in, I thought I was going to do a couple of episodes, and they ended up calling me back to do like 3 or 4, and I had a blast. I really did. It was
you really added something to it.
Thank you.
I mean, it made the whole show.
Thank you. It was supposed to be like a Moriarty type character, you know, as a foil to Roday's Sean. And we had fun. I mean, honestly, I can't remember a single day without laughter. Honestly, there was so many ruined takes. So many. Ridiculous. So yeah, it was a joy to go to work each day. Yeah. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Orme.
Hi. What's your question?
I'm sorry. I just really love your work.
Oh, thank you. Do you want a hug? How many pranks? Well, someone pranked me. I'm gonna get back up on the stage here, but I'm not gonna do it in the way that was so unattractively done last time. Yes, there was a scene where I had to ride on a horse in the movie, and when you get to do a movie where you're horseback riding, usually you get a chance to spend time with what's known as the horse wrangler on the set, and they introduce you to your horse, and you get to know the horse, and sometimes they grab you at lunch, and they go, do you want to ride your horse to get to know it a bit better and have it get to know you better? And you develop a rapport with your horse so that when you come to shoot, you know, you feel comfortable and the horse feels comfortable and what have you. Well, I've been practicing on this horse for, you know, a couple of months, and come the day of the shoot, the wrangler came up to me and goes, Mr. Elwes, I'm sorry to say that your horse got sick. He's got a bad leg or something, we had to replace him. I said, really? What's the new horse? What's his name? He goes, Lightning. I said, really? That's his name? He goes, don't worry, he's very mellow, it's just, he has a strange name, don't worry. I get on this thing, and Mel yells, action. And this horse had been trained to hear the word action and not go into a trot or a canter, but a gallop. And I literally was trying to be very cool, sitting on the horse like this. And, you know, and Mel was going, okay, look over here for the camera. Okay, I'm right here. And he goes, action. And this thing took off, and I realized, and I turned to the wrangler when he finally chased up to me with the other horse and stopped it, and I nearly came off. I go, his name's Lightning for a reason, isn't it? He goes, well, he has good days and bad days. Yes. So I felt like I was a little bit pranked on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi. How you doing? What's your name?
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
First off, I just want to let you know that Princess Bride is kind of a gauge for friends for me, as in if they don't like it, they can't be close to me because both of my friends will have And since we are at Comicon, would you be interested in doing a comic-based movie, and if so, which one appeals to you?
Would I be interested in a comic-based movie? You mean like a superhero thing? Yeah? Okay, I don't know. That would be up to Mr. Marvel or Mr. DC, really. You know, those folks usually kind of handpick who they want. Unless the fans, of course, log in and say who they want you to play. But that, you know, you can't really campaign for anything. You know what I mean? They sort of have to pick you. But if the fans sort of campaign for you, then, Really? You guys decide. Somebody came up to me the other day and went, you should play Rubber Man. I said, really? Why? Your face is rubber. Anyway, but I don't know. I mean, I'd love to do one, obviously, it'd be fun. But I don't know what I...
They said that to you when you played opposite Jim Carey?
opposite Jim Carrey. He'd be a better romance, right? Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Who's funnier, James Roday or Dulé Hill?
They're both ludicrous. Totally ludicrous.
Are you funnier than them?
Huh?
Are you funnier than them?
I think we were all pretty silly. Pretty silly. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Robin.
Hi, Robin.
I have known you from The Princess Bride since I was born.
Oh, thank you.
And it was a total surprise to see you on site. And I loved your character.
Thank you.
But I would love to know what drew you to that show, that part, in the first place.
Well, I hadn't seen the show when they approached me, so I said, send me a bunch of tapes and I'll look at it. I know it seems inconceivable that I hadn't seen it because there's so many Pineapple fans in the world, but they sent me a bunch of seasons to look at, and I started watching it, and I just thought, this is totally crazy. And then when Steve Franks, who created the show, he described the character that he wanted me to play, this art thief who was, as I say, like a foil to Sean. And that Sean was totally, it was like a romance that they had. I thought that's kind of fun, I thought that would be fun to do. And they're so funny, like I said, they were so silly. And honestly, I can't remember a day without laughing. It was just crazy. Yeah. Thank you. Hi. Hi.
Andre was known to have a beer or two. Did you guys ever go drinking? If so, who picked up the tab?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear any of that.
Andre, the giant, was known to have a beer or two, correct?
A beer. Or two.
Or two. Dozen, 100, nowadays. Did you guys ever go drinking? And if so, who paid?
Okay, so Andre was, as you know, he was pretty amazing. If you want to Google image Andre the Giant and beer can. It's fascinating. He's got like a Molson in his hand, and it looks like a shot glass, I kid you not. And he could drink 103 of those in one sitting, because they were like shot glasses, But what he preferred to drink by the time I went drinking with him, which was a big mistake on my part, although I did pace myself, he drank something called the American, and it was a beer pitcher, and we were at this bar in New York, and he literally, the bartender, of course they knew who he was, and he walked in, they were like, hey, Andre, and they said, what do you want to drink? The usual, boss. And they grabbed this beer pitcher, and the bartender went behind the bar, and he literally picked up every bottle of, I don't know, whiskey, gin, vodka, brandy, wine, you name it, filled this thing. And they put it down in front of him, and Andre goes, you want to try it, boss? Just like with the ATV, everything was, because he's not used to people saying no to him, I went, yeah, sure. I took a sip. I've never tasted airplane fuel. That's probably what I imagine airplane fuel to be like. And I coughed and sputtered, and he thought that was right. He laughed like Lurch. He went, and he said, what are you having, boss? I said, well, I'm just going to have the one beer, Andre. But he could polish these off like nobody's business. He was incredible, absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And he could get up and just walk away. We went drinking in New York, and I noticed after the third bar that we went to, because he'd like to go to a different bar, I noticed there was someone following us, and I thought it was a fan. And so, on the fourth bar, I turned to him and I went, Andre, I think there's someone following us. And he went, what, where, boss, where? Like that, right? And I thought to myself, well, this poor guy, if he really is troubled, he's not going to be troubled. And then he turned back and he went, oh, him, don't worry about him, boss. I said, Andre, who is it? You know this guy? He goes, it's a long story, boss. I said, Andre, it's 2 in the morning, I think. We've got plenty of time here. It's not like they're going to close the bar on you, He proceeded to tell me that he did, in fact, once slip on a sidewalk outside a bar in New York and fell on a patron who must have thought a building was landing on him. And ever since then, NYPD sent an undercover cop to follow Andre. to every single bar. And Andre laughed. He went, "It's for my own protection, boys." And he ordered the guy a drink, and the guy happily took it. I thought, what a great gig for an NYPD, you know? He was like, "Cheers on it." Hilarious.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're down to the last ones.
Last two questions.
Last two. Let's make sure the little kids can we get the kids up the front here? Yes. Is that all right? Yes. Go ahead, guys. Go on. Can we get the mic down? Let's see if we can get there you go. You got it. Oh, they're pros already. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Mary.
Hello, Marion.
My name is Rachel.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, Mary. How are you guys? I'm gonna come sit over here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Hi.
My question was, what was your favorite scene while doing it in The Princess Bride?
My favorite scene while doing it. Doing what precisely?
What was the favorite scene you played?
Oh, the favorite scene I played. Well, there were a lot of funny scenes. Obviously, the fart moment was definitely shooting to a complete standstill. So that was great fun. The whole movie was fun. That's why I wrote the book, because every day it was just a joy. And yeah, I think that was the funniest day, the fart. Yes. Yes. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, and you've got a question. Go ahead.
So, you're one of my favorite actors.
You're getting a hug right now. So sweet. All right, what's your question?
And I was wondering, what was your favorite movie that you were in?
My favorite movie that I was in? Well, I have to say again, Princess Bride, because it was the first, yes, it was my first big American movie. I hadn't worked in America before. It was the first time I'd worked in this wonderful country of yours, and I mean, it was shot in England. It was my first big American movie, I should say. So it was a big thrill for me to work with all these American actors who were all so amazing. You know, Chris Sarandon and Billy Crystal and Robin Wright and all these people. So it was a big thrill. It was my first big Hollywood movie. Even though, as I said, it was shot in England, it was my first big Hollywood film. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you. You're very sweet, both of you. Thank you so much. All right. Last question. Hey, guys. Hi. Oh, you're so sweet. Give me a hug, Brady. That's very sweet. Thank you. Wow. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, guys. What's your question? What's your name first?
My name is Michael,
Hello, Michael.
and I have two questions.
Okay.
Me and my dad are huge fans, so I was wondering if you could just say, say hi to my dad.
Where's your dad?
Right over there.
Hey, Dad. Stand up. Stand up. There you go. Hey. Hi. You got a great kid here.
My second question is, how did it feel to be in Princess Bride?
Oh, you are great. You know that? It felt amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, when I first tried on that outfit, that black outfit, the man in black outfit, I felt like Zorro. It's kind of cool. By the way, here's a funny story. The scene with Chris Guest, you know when he knocks me out with a sword on my head? He really did knock me out, for real. No, really, because we didn't have a fake sword that day, and so they couldn't get the camera angle right, and there's something called a fake when you hit someone on the head with a sword, where you have to kind of slightly miss their head, and they were trying to get the right angle and what have you, and he ended up just hitting me, and I literally, the scene in the movie where I pass out, I really passed out. And I ended up in the hospital in my full outfit, right? I came to the doctor sewing my head, and it was the same doctor who fixed my toe. It's true. And you know what he said to me? He said, You're very accident prone, aren't you, sir? So yes, that was pretty momentous right there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Give them a round of applause. We are?
Yeah, awesome. It's going to have to wrap it up for us. Carey Elwes.
Thank you. Thank you.